Hi there, welcome back. In this video, I want to talk about the three major different types of non for profit or what somebody might call a social enterprise or what other people might rightly call business structures that you can have as a social enterprise or non for profit organization. All right. So there are charity. You can set up a charity. There are two types of charities: the registered charities and the charitable incorporated organizations (CIOs). Or you can set up a limited by guarantee company. This you can do via the company's house, or a community interest company, which is more aligned to social enterprise with also can be registered at the company's house. Now, the question is which one is best for me? Which is best for me? When you're thinking about starting your non for profit, which one is best for you? And I've got here one, two, three, four, five um, criteria that I think you need to consider before you make a choice as to which one you do. Which one either you're going to set up a charity, you're going to set up a limited by guarantee, or you're going to set up a community interest company. Let's talk about the community interest company first. If you're going to set up you should set up a community interest company if at some point you are going to generate some investment from people who are interested in working within a social enterprise. Let me say that again. If at some point you're going to attract investment, I didn't say grants, I said investment. If you're going to attract investment and also you want to have a distribution of dividends, I'm going to tell you how much that is in a moment. If this criteria is there, all this criteria is there, then you should set up a community interest company. There are different types of community interest companies, and I don't have time to cover all nine of them, I think, here. But in a nutshell, that what people really want to know, the two types people want to know, or the four major types, whether small or large scale, is whether that community interest company is limited by shares or limited by guarantee. Without complicating things, is that if you are going to raise funding in the future and the people who you're going to raise funding from are interested in supporting a community interest company, but they also want to make some money and you want to pay out some dividend, then your only choice is to have a community interest company limited by shares. That's the only choice you have. If um, you are looking for grant funding, then you could set up a community interest company limited by liability only. It's not limited by shares, got no shares, it's just limited by liability. You will have better access to grant funding, but it removes you from being able to participate in dividends or share ownership. Even when you have share ownership, your share ownership is limited to 35% of the profits. That's all you can share out as dividends. 65% of the profit has to be reinvested in the organization. And there is one uh, common error that people make. People think if you have a limited by guarantee, you do not have an asset lock clause. And if you have a community interest company, one of the reasons why you have it is because you have an asset lock clause. An asset lock clause means that if you want to wind up that organization, you cannot sell the assets of the company and then share the money. It means that you have to pass on the assets of that company to another similar organization who is alive and they can continue with the activities. Well, both the limited by guarantee and the community interest company, they both have asset lock clauses. So I don't know what people are talking about. You need to read the document. It's right there. Anyway, so, with that said, I'm going to lay aside community interest company. And if you want more information on that, if you search on my YouTube channel, you'll find another video that I've done, which is only about community interest companies. Or you can get my Udemy course where I really give it all on how to set up a community interest company and actually show you how to do it. Okay, so we leave that. Next is a limited by guarantee. A limited by guarantee company is a non for profit company in which you, as a director, can earn an income just like you can with the limited by with the community interest company. You can earn an income. You can be paid as a director as a limited by at a community interest company or in within a limited within a community interest company, just as you can be paid within a limited by guarantee company as well. A limited by guarantee company allows you to trade as a non for profit because you don't have any shares, and you can also access grant funding because it's a fully limited liability company, and it's not limited by shares, it's limited by guarantee, and the guarantee is generally £1. So, and the advice that we give is that those setting up the limited by guarantee company should be people, two or three people who are not the same family members, they don't have the same surnames, and they don't live in the same address. Because the point is, when you want to get grant funding, it's going to be more difficult for you to get grant funding if you have the same surnames and it's only two of you or only three of you and you're all the same family, live in the same address. You have grant funders won't give you the money. It's just a way that they have organized themselves. Okay, and then the third um, organization type, business structure type that we talked about is a charitable organization or a charity. A charity is the only organization that from which you can receive gift aid. Gift aid is with every taxpayer that gives you money, you can always apply to the HMRC, and HMRC will give you back 20% of the total amount that you're claiming for. So let's say you're claiming for £1,000, the HMRC will give you £200 back on that claim. So you add that £200 to the £1,000 you already received, okay? Because these are taxpayers and it's taxpayers' money. So that is why charities are very strict in this in their setup, and it's actually a legal document to set one up. So, and with a charity, you need to have at least three trustees with different surnames, different addresses, and different different surname and addresses, and it should not be you should not be in relationship with them. Okay, so with that said, how long does it take to set up a charity? A charity takes a minimum of 45 days to set up. A community interest company can take 7 days to set up. A limited by guarantee company can also take another 7 days to set up. When it comes to cost, it costs more money with a consultant to set up a charity, and the second highest cost is to set up a community interest company, and the lowest of the three costs is to set up a limited by guarantee company. Can you get grants with a limited by guarantee company? Yes. Can you get grants with a limited liability community interest company? Yes. can you get grants with a limited by shares community interest company? The answer is yes, but it can be a little bit more difficult because actually I've seen certain grant uh, funders that will say only community interest company limited liabilities can apply. If you are limited by shares community interest company, do not apply. So I've seen that before. So I'll have to be suggesting to you that it's more difficult to get grants if you are a community interest company limited by shares. When it comes to grants again, the easiest one to get grant funding for is a charitable organization. It's a charity, either a registered charity or a charitable incorporated organization, a CIO. Next, grant levels. Most grant funding is available to charities. Less grant funding is available to community interest companies and limited by guarantee companies. I didn't say there's no grants available, but it's limited compared to charities. So if charitable organizations are funded 100 times, then limited by guarantee companies are funded um, maybe 70 times, and then community interest companies are funded maybe 40 times, if you like, use as an average. When it comes to international work, if you're going to do some work internationally, you're better off being a charity. You're better off being a charity not only in the home country, let's say in the UK, but also you have a sister charity in the country where you're going to be delivering the activity in. So, and I think I've given you some food for thought to help you decide which one could be best for you. Okay. If you have any more questions, then do contact me. I'm willing to help you, to give you a few minutes to help you address some of those questions and help you to make the right decision. All right, then, if you enjoyed this video, then do like it, do share it, do talk about it. Let me know your comments in the comment box below, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.